Her name is Richard. Bobby Benny and the Burnouts.
The thing is, you're like kind of the leader of the Burnouts.
I know, I'm like just completely fried bad MC, bringing on Robbie.
The Burnouts and the Red Eye.
Robbie, a lot of people say at Supernatural Adventures that nobody wins nothing. Well, that's not true. We have somebody who wants it.
What are the odds that are in this room right now?
They better be hopefully high. I think they were, so anyway, something's going to go up on the screen. Something magical is going to go on the screen. That photo right there. And those two people. Are those two people in this room? You are? Where are you? Come hither. So we're having...
You talk old English?
Parky, he thinks they're here.
Hey,
so come on up here. They've entered the Take Your Picture in front of the Map of the United States contest. What's your name? Liv? What's your name?
Shan.
Liv and Shan. Liv and Shan won, and it was an arduous process because the contest was take your picture on social media or somewhere. And what do you do? Take it via email to Dan or something? What? Twitter.
Twitter.
Twitter, yeah. So they did this, and then they put all those names into a barrel of some kind and drew a name. And it was simplified by the fact that they're the only ones who entered. So it certainly simplified the process, and a sober warning to you all to participate, because you could have had a shot, but you didn't have a shot because you sat on your hands, didn't you? You didn't do jack crap to participate in this contest. So you know what? You don't get nothing. They get it all.
What do they get?
Everything. They get it all. You don't get anything. And when there's another contest and you don't enter, guess what? You get nothing. If you want to win, you have to participate. If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. You don't win if you don't try. You are not going to grow up to be healthy young men. I'm sorry, I'm having a flashback to my house. Never mind. Point is, you won. And that's what matters. Their lack of participation is not going to dampen your victory. We're not going to let them ruin another Thanksgiving with their nonsense. God is my witness. Are you witnessing?
I'm witnessing.
Rob is my witness. You people are going to clock in, or I will come out there. Don't make me come off the stage. And meanwhile, they won.
What did they win?
They won, Robbie. It's theirs. You won. You too get to stand. By the way, this is more than you're getting paid. You get to get your photo with two fellas who were involved in the program. One played a man named Samuel, one played a man named Dean. It's Jared Jensen, and you get your photo with those guys. So there you go. You're welcome. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, let us
All they did was simply play the game. They played the game.
They played the game. I hope they enjoyed their photo, and I hope you enjoyed watching them get their photo. I hope you all stand there and watch, but you don't get it.
Arduous.
You understand what?
What is arduous?
Arduous? It's difficult, challenging. Why?
Because you said arduous.
You know what? This conversation is arduous. Ladies and gentlemen, what's not arduous, what is nothing but delightful and charming and witty and fun is our very next guest. Please, wait down. On that podium. He's a delight. It's Julian Richings. Good night. Have time for Julian. Julian. Julian!
Hello.
So good to see you, mate. Have you been to Florida before?
Yes.
Great chat. All right. No, have you been to like where? What are you?
The convention hall.
You a Disney guy? You ever done Disney?
No, never done Disney. And each time I come here, I'm colder than I think I should be.
Like emotionally or even physically?
I'm older than emotionally.
You're very
But you know, I came down from Canada and I thought, I'll be fine. I'll wear my shorts. And it's Florida, and it's freezing.
It's a little cold, yeah.
And there's air conditioning everywhere.
Listen, regardless of the fact that you probably didn't pack right, at the very least, we all get to see you in shorts, I hope. So that's a win. Ladies and gentlemen, Julian Richings.
Thank you. Hello. Very nice to see you. What a magnificent hall this is. Great. Wow. Very swanky. Now, I think I probably should be sort of like elegantly lounging here answering questions, but unfortunately I'm not that kind of person, so I'm going to be wandering around here. How are you all doing? You good? I think you should have been warm. I'm cold. I know I've been cold since I've been here. No, I'm sort of kidding, really. But I think we should do a warm-up. Do you want to do a warm-up? Okay, so, have a little fun. Okay, so, do you guys know final English traditional song? My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. Know it? Okay. So, every time we say a word beginning with the letter B, if you're sitting, you have to stand. If you're able. If you're not able to stand, raise your arms, right? So, and then, but if you're standing, the next word that comes along with the letter B, you have to sit down. Okay, you ready? Should we try it? Okay, we'll have practice. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Join in. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. You ready? Bring back. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. So ready? Let's go. Bring back. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. There we go. A bit of audience participation. You don't get away with it that easily. Well, so, Jacksonville. You have the rudest cross signs in America. Wait! It says, I press the button, and I wasn't going to jaywalk, I was going to be very good. And I press the button and it goes, wait! Cross! But other than that, it seems like it's really nice. I went down to the riverfront down there, very beautiful. And there was, the beauty of being in Florida is that there are a lot of retired Canadians around. And they make me feel very young and spry. There was an event today where I felt very young. Because normally I'm the old guy. So, anyway, what else? Well, yeah, it's been a bit quiet for me recently because of the strike and everything. So it's really nice to get out and about to see folks. And I'm sure you've all been asked politely to sort of frame your questions according to the SAG-AFTRA guidelines and stuff. So we'll navigate our way through all of that, but very happy to chat to you about anything. And I think we've got some people, so without further ado, let's go over here. Hi.
Hi, I'm Melanie.
Hi, Melanie. You're very brave. You're the first. Melanie, round of applause for her.
Hi, I wanted to ask you, who do you think I'm dressed as?
What do I think, what?
Who do you think I'm dressed as?
This is really sad. Just a minute. I have to put my glasses on. Okay. I can see a blur. Oh my goodness me. I'm going to come and inspect. I say, I think you might be me. You look magnificent. Wow, I'm flattered. Very nice.
I love that.
Oh, only in Supernatural can you say that, right? Isn't that weird? It's very funny. I've been in various places out with my wife, and we'll get things like, I don't get catcalls. I get people saying stuff like, "Hey, Dad, love ya." "Hey, Dad, how's it going, Dad?" You know, so it's funny, how we can celebrate that. But it's, I'm very lucky. I keep my glasses on so I can see you now. You still recognize me? It's me underneath here. Anyway, Melanie, I'm very impressed. Well, I came here to be flattered, really. Well, thank you. So, you know what? I'm very lucky because I'm a character actor and I play hundreds of different characters in different shows and stuff. So, occasionally, a guy like me will come along and I'll be parachuted into a show that I don't know much about, and then suddenly everybody goes, "You're in what? You're in Supernatural?" Yeah. Wow. You know, so it's great that it has that much impact on people, and I really didn't know a lot about it at first when I did those first few scenes, and then I began to realize, wow, this is a lot more than I anticipated. And then the funny little things have happened over the years too. So my daughter, who isn't very interested in what I do, she just hears me worrying about being an actor, you know. Oh, when am I going to work again? What am I going to do? She sees the bad side. And she doesn't follow it too much. She's not very interested in being a performer. But the one time that I picked her up from school, I stood outside to meet her from her high school. And she came out, and all her friends were running around, looking at me, running back. "Your dad's dead!" Oh my God! And so one of the things is that my kids have suddenly become interested in acting now, because they go, "Is this anything famous, Dad?" "Yeah, what are you in next?" So anyway, so there we go. Thank you, Melanie. I'm flattered. All right, thank you very much. I think you look mighty fine. You look great. All right, we'll go over this side. Here we go. Over here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering if you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Eat one meal?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me. Well, we've had a chat this morning with some folks, and I'm English. You can't get it out of me. So what's it going to be? Oh, mushy fish and chips and mushy peas. I don't know about the mushy peas. I'll save all the mushy peas. I like them, but fish and chips with lots of salt. And what kind of vinegar? More vinegar. Yes. Now, that's the other thing with a good old English cup of tea. Now, I was in the south of Florida and I asked for tea. I was disgusted with what I was doing. It was cold, it was full of ice, and it sort of had lemon and stuff in it. That's not tea! That's not a good old English cup. So now I've learned to differentiate. So fish and chips and a cup of English tea. That's with milk, like English breakfast or orange pecan. I'll do it. How about you? Have you got a favorite?
Probably cheeseburgers.
Cheese whiz.
Cheeseburgers.
Okay. And cheese whiz. little bit of cheese whiz in there, wouldn't hurt. Yeah, cheeseburger. Yeah. You guys do good cheeseburgers, I must say. An English cheeseburger is no, pass. Anyway, thank you for the question. I will keep going since we've got lots of brave folks daring to ask me questions.
Hi, Julian.
Hello. I'm just going to relax into this one. Hi.
Go right ahead.
Hi.
It's my daughter's Sweet 16 weekend, so I told her I would use my question for her. She's the one who was dressed as death.
Oh, Melanie.
Yes.
Happy 16th, Melanie. Where are you? Right there. Okay.
She wants to know if you were to pick, what would be your favorite junk food so that you would not go nuclear on someone?
Okay, so I've said about fish and chips, that's sort of like an inherited meal, so it's a little bit of a different question, right? My favorite junk food? Wow, I don't know. The beauty of traveling around is that you start to learn every place, every culture has its own junk food, right? So the fried pickle chips were extraordinary to me. I'd never seen those before in my life. Like, those were really, really good. What's my favorite junk food? I don't know. I like it all. It'd be good if somebody could come up with like a conglomeration of junk. Like, I over the years, I've got very partial to Mexican food. But Mexican food to me feels very healthy because it's got beans in it. And it's sort of, it's not all stuff, and it's got spices, and it's a little bit exotic, tomato, So I'd like to get a sort of a really junky version of Mexican food. Is there something that, anybody here that's, California burritos? Taco Bell. Well, I guess it is Taco Bell, and it's got a sort of a Mexican sounding name. No, I don't accept that as my answer. So I'd like somebody to come up with a nice hybrid that involved Mexican food, chili con carne, and sort of like a big hot dog, like a big fat wiener. Something like that. I think that would do it for me.
All right, awesome. If I could come up with that, let you know.
We'll call it a death explosion. Or an explosion of death. Or something. So I'm trying to... Anyway, Melanie, where are you? I think we should sing Happy Birthday, don't you? Stand up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Melanie. I hope you're not too embarrassed, sorry. Happy birthday to you. Happy 16th birthday, Melanie. Have a great weekend. And thanks, Mum, for bringing it too. Thank you. All right, that's wonderful. Okay.
I just wanted to ask, with all the old television shows and movies and everything, is there anything that you would like to see get remade with like modern technology?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to sort of half answer your question. When I was a kid, like growing up in England in the 60s, the thing that I used to watch was Hammer horror films. Are you guys familiar with them? So, now they seem a bit cheesy because the special effects were obviously old school special effects, and they didn't have the technological sophistication, they didn't have CGI. And you'd have like blood dripping, pouring out of people that to our eyes it's not very realistic. But they had a great tone to them, and they had great actors like Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, all those old school British actors. I'd love to see that sort of group of actors brought together with a more modern sensibility, and see if they could be like an in-house horror group, like Hammer. So I think that's kind of where I would sit. But like everybody else, we're all influenced by how we grew up, what shows we watched. Some of my friends watched westerns and were really into westerns. Some watched war movies. I was sort of into the horror movies. And actually, it's funny, I realized that I kind of channel those guys. So in the portrayal of a character like Death, for instance, a lot of people go, well, how did you prepare for that character? And what choices did you make? Well, I thought about it and I read the script and I kind of did what felt appropriate, but I realized we're all influenced by the stuff we watched when we were younger, and I realized I kind of have a Peter Cushing vibe. And it was not deliberate, but I sort of, those guys were important to me, so it's natural that the characters that I portray are influenced by that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That was more than you bargained for, wasn't it? Okay, over here. I don't know why I sit still, but go. That's right. Yeah. You got a nice loud voice. My goodness me.
Anyway. So Death has his signature white ring. I think it has but I was wondering if you, Julian, had a piece of jewelry that would symbolize you for immortals, whatever, what it would be and why.
I don't really. I don't wear jewelry. A serious answer. I got something from my grandmother, and I valued it greatly, and sadly I lost it, so I feel really bad. But it's quite a beautiful piece. It was a brooch she got given 1906, and she got given it, but she was in England in the sort of poorer quarters of Oxford, and the local landowner came along, and at the end of every year, the student that was never absent and never late got a little pin, a little silver pin. And she had that, and then I put a chain around it, and I wore it as a chain, and it has 1906, never absent, never late. And that to me was an abiding kind of principle that you can take it further. You get, like, not just about being punctual, but just generally being available and there, and if you say you're going to do something, you do it. And so that really meant a lot to me. It meant a lot that she gave it to me.
It kind of gives off like Death vibes of like never absent, never late.
Yeah. That's a really good point. And when we us as a group talk about Death vibes, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because death really encapsulates not just, oh my God, I'm going to die, but like the cycle of life and death and existence, right? So I think that does that in a good way. Thank you. All right.
Hello. My name is Heather, and I just got back from London.
Cool, blimey.
Yes. So my question to you is, what is your favorite restaurant in London, and what are your favorite things to see while you're there?
Ooh, well, I like to see my brother. So I'm very close to my brother, and when I go visit him, it's a bit different. Like when you go visit a city that you know, you don't tend to go to the tourist spots, right? I mean, they're very nice and they're in the background, and he's not far from the Houses Pub, Buckingham Palace, and all around Westminster and stuff. And I love walking around there. But it's the little things that I value. Local pub, where you feel comfortable and cozy, and people are just sort of talking. And after work and unwinding, I like, and it's not one particular one. It's just the general feeling of a local. And he has near him an old cafe. It's called the Regency Cafe, and it's one where you order it, and then you place your order. You go sit down, and then the person who is the server yells out to you when it's ready. How the chips, onion, chips, beans, eggs. You know, it's like, and it's just creates such a great atmosphere. I love it, and it's where working people eat. And I think that's always my choice when I come visit places. I like to go to places where local folks feel comfortable. So that's mine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, okay.
One of the funniest things about your character that almost every scene you're sitting down and eating something ridiculous. Was real, or was it just fun? Was that made your favorite?
It was all real, and that became a problem because like eating food on screen is very difficult. And when I say difficult, well, we can all eat. That's okay. But getting it right each time, as you know, if I'm here and I'm eating right now, I'm just eating. But if you're filming it, you film it from that angle, you film it from that angle, then you film it over here. And so you have to make sure that each time you put the food in your mouth and you chew and you speak, it's got to be the same each time, right? And also, it's not just eating it once, it's eating it like 53 times. So I made the mistake with that first pizza scene with Jason. I sat there and I, unfortunately, was hungry. And in the rehearsal, I thought, wow, this is good. Chicago pizza, deep dish. This is really great. And I was sort of a bit nervous as well, so I was eating it and we were rehearsing it. And I was actually shoveling it into my mouth. And it was Jensen who said, hey man, you're eating too much pizza. Slow down. And he was absolutely right. You'll notice he took the opposite tack and he hardly eats at all. Very wise, because he doesn't have to match it. But silly me had to just eat and eat and eat, so that by the time it was take 56 or whatever it was like, oh my God. So it's all real, it all has to be choreographed and stage managed, and the same each time, right? And it's an incredible job. Like, we don't give them due worth, but props people, they have to make sure that that food is exactly the same each time it goes on camera. So if I pick up a hot dog that's half eaten, and I eat it during the scene, they have to come in, replace it, and it has to look exactly the same for the next time they shoot it, right? So they've got like hundreds of these things, and they have to be hygienic. They have to be, according to whether there are COVID protocols or whatever. So they do a huge job. So behind what you see, there's this huge production line of stuff going on. And that's actually, I think, one of the reasons why a lot of people say, did Jensen and Jared prank you at all? And my answer is always, no, they're too scared. But really, it's because most of my scenes were like that, where, it's like having a whole army of people trying to figure out, okay, so you had 2 bites out of that hot dog in the last take, we have to take the one that you're eating away and replace it with this one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Nice question. Hi. Don't be shy.
My name is Diane, and the first thing I have to say is, you're not old. I'm 3 years older than you are.
You're 103?
I'm 103. Not yet. I won't be 103 till December. And my question is, Heather just got back from London. I just got back from Vancouver. So I want to know, what kind of fun things did you do there? I mean, did you do the Capilano Bridge or Rice Mountain or whale watching or zip lining or any of that stuff?
So you all know the show was shot in Vancouver, right?
Yes.
Right? And so I've been there several times, and I've been not just to shoot Supernatural either. There's quite a few film studios there, and I've done quite a bit of work in Vancouver. And in fact, I spent a whole year there. I did a show called Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital, which is a series, a really good series, and I lived in Vancouver to shoot it. So over that year, I started to go places. It's got some great sea walks, very much like the river walk here, but on the ocean there, longer. It's a bigger city. So I used to go there a lot. What I was saying earlier is just to explore different restaurants, coffee shops, bars that local people go to.
Did you do the Carolina Bridge or the zip line or any of that stuff?
The bridge?
Yeah.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I went there on the beach, and I don't know about you, but the one thing that I had to grapple with Vancouver, it's a beautiful place, rains a lot. Did it rain while you were there? Oh, there have been times when it's been like 2 weeks of rain. Which is why it has an amazing quality for film. The X-Files was shot in it. It's like, and that whole kind of spooky atmosphere when there's rain on the streets and reflections, it really lends itself to visuals. But when you haven't seen the sun for 2 weeks, it has a psychological effect. So anyway, wow, we've got a lot of travelers here. Okay, I'm going to get, thanks for your question. I'm going to go over here. Hi. Wow, thank you. What was the last bit you said? Everything? How do I hide what? Oh, my accent. Oh, sorry. What accent? Well, I mean, that's my job, right? I don't find it easy. I've been in Canada long enough now, nearly 40 years, so that it's, my Britishness kind of is what I call mid-Atlantic now. I'm not sort of like very British, and I'm not very Canadian. And Canadian has a softer accent than you guys in the States too. It tends to be a little more British. So it shifts around. My strategy for getting rid of my accent is not to think of it like, okay, I'm putting on an accent now, you know, and speaking kind of weirdly. You go, what's up with that guy? That what I tend to do is I put on a lens to give it, like, to shift any obvious British things like bread and butter. You know, I don't say butter, I say butter. And I just, wasn't that good? I was saying earlier, my first day in Chicago, I went to shoot a series in Chicago, and the driver picked me up and he goes, "Hi, I'm Bob." I never heard of a guy named Bob before, but it was Bob. And so I had to play a guy from Milwaukee. So I had to find where the accent is placed. Most accents are positioned. Like if it's Glasgow, it's right in the front of the mouth, and London is the same. It's sort of like this. And American accents tend to be in the back of the mouth, and they tend to move. You guys tend to articulate less with your lips and your teeth than British people who do this all the time. So it's important to kind of locate where your accent is, not worry too much about it, but kind of put a lens on it and make sure that there's nothing as a tell, a giveaway that guy's a limey, you know, that get rid of certain things. So that's the way I do it. Thank you. Okay.
Hello, I'm Dawn.
Right. Now, may I just interrupt you there? That was one of the first names that moving to America, somebody said, "Hi, I'm Dawn." And I went, "Dawn? Dawn? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, it's where it's names like Bob in Chicago, Dawn here is very different in Britain, so they have to sort of adjust my ear. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's fine. I was wondering, other than yourself, of course, are there any depictions of death in various entertainment media, film, literature, that you would consider a favorite or that made a particular impression on you? And maybe influence your own performance?
You mean interpretations of death?
Yes.
Particularly? Well, the one that comes to mind, and Kim Rhodes put me onto it, is the whole, what's his name? Thank you. The whole deal. So there's an entire world, a Neil Gaiman world, in which death has a very similar kind of sensibility. And Kim says, you've got to read this, and you know. And it was very kind of her. She got me the book, and I thought, oh, I don't know, actually, because I realize it's a sort of a similar kind of place to me, but I don't want to be aware of it so that I'm not either trying to avoid copying it or being influenced by it. And the choices that I made to play that character of death are very much based on the script and the requirements of the script and the idea of food and loving food and having a very specific relationship with Jensen, who is basically like a niece, like a niece. A nephew, like a naughty, almost like a strict uncle. So that quality was most important to me, and it was more important than playing an abstract idea of I'm death. I represent the end of the 4 seasons. You know what I mean? I tried to humanize it. Now I'm aware that Neil Gaiman does that too, and so I was I've steered clear of that, and I've steered clear of Ingmar Bergman films too, which has been an influence on the portrayal of death and the seasons, but I haven't watched them since I played that character. So in other words, I'm trying to make it young.
But do you have, other than yourself, do you have a favorite?
A favorite? Not really. No. I know that's a bit of a cop-out, but
Equal opportunity dance.
no, I guess Ingmar Bergman, Wild Strawberries, the whole idea of recycling and that old world sensibility.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I'm getting stumped with the questions. You guys are too good for me. Okay.
Hi, my name is Lindsay. I'm from Canada.
Hey, hello. Whereabouts?
Well, I am originally from British Columbia, but now I live in Alberta.
Okay.
My question for you, so my grandmother, 96 years old, turning 97, still alive, still drives. She takes her tea the English way, is what she says, because Welsh background, etc.
Right.
Do you put the milk in first, or do you?
This is a big question. Are you a milk-in first or a milk-in afterwards? Well, okay, so nowadays we put a tea bag in, and then you either choose to put the milk in, and then the tea bag, and then the hot water, or you put the tea bag, hot water, milk. That's the way I do it now.
She's still using teapot.
So I had to milk it afterwards. But the original way is, growing up, was no tea bags. It was tea leaves in the bottom of the pot, hot water, and then put the milk in the cup first, and then pour the steamed tea over. So it's I've evolved, I've changed. I've got used to these tea bag contraptions.
She just piles tea bags in the teapot and pours herself.
I did. Teapots are great. The old teapots, really good.
Thank you.
I like the teapot dance too. Okay, hello.
Hello. My name's Mary Ruth.
Hi.
Without naming Sherlock Holmes, who is your favorite TV detective?
Favorite TV detective? With not Sherlock Holmes?
Without naming Sherlock Holmes.
Without. I like lots of American private eyes and stuff, because like the Sherlock Holmes and the British ones weren't as interesting as the ones that were sort of American private dicks. retention for names is absolutely terrible. I apologise. Philip Marlowe, thank you. Wow, you saved my life. Thank you. Yeah, the whole Philip Marlowe stuff. And whether it's Jack Nicholson in Chinatown, which is sort of Philip Marlowe-esque, or whether it's traditional Bowie films, that's my sort of that's the Pride and Gumshoe is for me the most exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to keep going quick here because I don't want to run out of time. Sorry if we do. Hi.
I'm Evelyn. It's a pleasure to be here. This is my first convention. It's
Welcome.
surreal. I am also a huge fan of horror. I wanted to ask you what your favorite movie was, and if you could be any character from any horror movie ever, who would it be?
Oh my goodness. Again, I'll give you a quick answer. Night of the Hunter. Check it out. It's a fantastic movie. A lot of people haven't seen it. 1956, directed by Charles Law. It has Robert Mitchum, who is one of my favorite actors as a gumshoe or a soldier or whatever. And it's the one where he has tattooed on his fingers love and hate. And he plays a preacher that is a fake preacher chasing children through the night. It's terrifying and brilliant. Check it out. It's absolutely wonderful.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to go quick because I can hear the voices in the back. Yeah, I want to see you all.
Hi, Julian. My name is Ellie. I just wanted to tell you, in Kansas City last year, I got to dance with you during karaoke, and it's like my favorite memory of all time.
Oh, great. See you tonight. Great, okay.
What's your favorite place you've ever traveled?
My favorite? Oh, my goodness me. It's hard to pin it down to one place. Where I don't know. Supernatural conventions. That's going to be my answer.
Hi, my name is Fluffy.
What?
Fluffy.
Your name?
Yes, that's my nickname.
Hi.
What is your favorite sweet?
My favorite sweet? I like anything sweet. My favorite concoction is digestive biscuits. You know Motivated digestive biscuits. Put some ice cream between the two, squeeze them together, and eat them like a sandwich.
Okay, awesome.
That's a homemade sweet. That's been made. Oh, my goodness me. Quick. We're running out of time. Go on.
Hi, I'm Sam. I just wanted to know if you've ever watched a series and if you've ever watched any episodes that you're in.
Of what? Supernatural?
Supernatural, yeah, sorry.
If I've watched them? Oh yeah. I haven't seen every single episode, but I get the
Nobody
story.
has.
Yes.
I do my homework all the episodes.
But don't quiz me too much.
No,
because otherwise I will be very.
No, but you watch your own episodes.
Yeah. Oh, and I watch my. Some actors know, right? Some actors will not watch themselves.
Yeah, no. What are we saying?
So it's been asked whether I watched the episodes that I was in.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
I watched the episodes I was in. I watched some of my friends' episodes. I mean, I'd seen episodes throughout the season, throughout the years, but Rich and I are now watching every episode for a rewatch podcast.
By the time we finish, it will be. Actually, our children will finish for us.
Yeah, exactly.
When that is done, we will be the first two people who've seen every episode of Supernatural.
No!
Wait a minute. Raise your hand if you've seen every episode of Supernatural. I bet you don't even know the show that well. How many of you have watched every episode more than once? You're lying.
You guys should go to a convention.
Dude, you totally should. How many of you have watched the episode 3 times? Yeah, every episode 3 times.
Look, I was going to say, Julian, when you said don't quiz me, we're watching every episode right now, and still don't quiz me, because I would need to rewatch it to get some of it. You know what I mean?
We would need to rewatch the rewatch.
The mythology.
We have a whole mythology section, and I don't remember any of it. But listen, like I said, no pressure. No one's seen all the episode except this room full of liars who say they have.
My apologies to you you guys over there, I'm going to have to say goodbye and maybe catch me later. Okay? But thank you.
Good luck catching him. He's,
I'm in Lucy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Julian